What it do, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the show. It's your host, the smoothest fingers in the gaming industry, man. Zai. Little quick video for you today. Nothing too crazy. I just kind of wanted to have a topic, and I kind of wanted to talk to you about some things that I feel like are necessary as a Halo supporter and as somebody who makes content on Halo and really does enjoy the game of Halo throughout its career, except for pretty much 4 or 5 and somewhat the casual side of Infinite at the moment, right? At the moment, we'll see how that fleshes out, and we'll have a whole nother video on that. However, what this video is about today is kind of a short discussion on why I don't want to say I'm too worried, but I'm concerned about Halo Infinite's campaign. Now, we're about a week away at this point. The blood is flowing, the marketing is going, the juices are going, the campaign trailers are out. You're seeing Master Chief everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. It's all over social media. It's all over the billboards. Everybody's hyped for Halo, and it truly does feel like that classic 2007, 2006, 2005, 2010 Halo marketing that we've come to be used to. I don't know if that was the right sentence that I put that there, that so many of us grew up on. Halo is officially back in the marketing sequence and definitely in the playable sequence. A lot of people are playing Halo Infinite. Obviously, it's free to play. The gunplay feels great. The mechanics are amazing, and that year-long delay was really necessary, which we came out and stated last year. We were very, very thankful to see because it didn't look great. It didn't look that bad in my opinion, but it didn't look as great as it does now, and we really do appreciate what we've seen from that year-long delay. However, I am concerned about a few things, and these few things are very, very small in comparison to the bigger thing that I'm going to get to later in this video. And number one, the one thing that I've been concerned with and that I've said over and over again, I don't know how you're going to deliver a Halo experience for $60 without a multiplayer or without a forge. For me, I just don't understand where that $60 experience is going to come from when games like Red Dead Redemption 2 have this big open world plus multiplayer for $60, and there's just no way that you're going to outbeat something like Red Dead Redemption 2 in its massive scale of open worldness. I mean, nobody beats Rockstar when it comes to open worldness except for themselves with GTA Definitive Edition. I mean, good God, man. I don't even want to talk about that, all right? We're just going to leave that for everybody else to cover. I don't even want to talk. With that being said, Rockstar also has multiplayer in their games, even though that comes a little bit later down the line in the case of Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA Online. There's still $60 experiences that include multiplayer within them, and if Rockstar can do that, and they're giving that to us for $60, I expect something as great as Halo Infinite to do the same. Now, before I say that, I'm not judging Halo with Red Dead. I'm not judging Halo with something like God of War, who's also a $60 game that doesn't give us multiplayer, but the single player is so phenomenal that it's a game of the year contender for sure. Now, some of you guys are going to say it's game of the year. I firmly believe Red Dead 2 was game of the year that year, and I'm going to stick to my guns on that, but God of War is a great game. I don't think it's the best God of War. I definitely don't think that. I think there's been better God of Wars, but again, we'll leave that for a different discussion. And the reason that I'm portraying this and I'm saying this and I'm comparing these games right now is because Halo is a $60 game. I know that there's people on Game Pass who are going to debate this. I have Game Pass as well. I think Game Pass is great. I love it. I think it's a great deal. Getting Forza and Halo in the last month has been amazing. I mean, that to me is just worth Game Pass in and of itself. And then you have Destiny 2's content on Game Pass as well, along with the plethora of other games such as the MCC on there. So I do understand what you guys are saying. However, if you calculate the total for a year that you pay for Game Pass Ultimate and then you play Halo, and that's all the only game you play, which is for most people, some of these games that they're playing probably might just be one game. It is a little bit of hey, listen, we're paying more for Halo Infinite than we would be if we just outright bought the game. And there's going to be people who do that, people who don't have Game Pass at all, who just want to buy Halo Infinite's campaign, and that's it. They just want the campaign. And you're giving this to them for $60, and I just don't know where that content's going to come from, because everything that we've seen so far, it doesn't look like that. It really doesn't look like that. We haven't seen any biomes or new biomes, like a diversity of biomes. We haven't seen a plethora of different things really to do. I understand it's a semi-open world. We've only seen like 6 hours of campaign footage from everything that we've seen. I get that. And like I said, I'm not worried. I'm not upset. But I just went through Cyberpunk last year. My hopes and my dreams are a little bit toned down. And even with Cyberpunk, I wasn't like coming out here fanboying for Cyberpunk as much as I love that game and still think it was a phenomenal game in its own right, even when the bugs and stuff were messing up everything that was going on. I still think that Halo can be a great game, and I hope it's a great game. I really want a great Master Chief experience from Halo Infinite. But like I said, that being said, I just don't know where the hours are going to come from this game. When you compare it to something like Cyberpunk, or you compare it to something like Red Dead, or you compare it to something like God of War, these games are giving you 35 to 40 plus hours of gameplay, and replayability is a main factor in this. I don't know how much replayability will happen in a Halo Infinite. Again, that being said, Halo in the early days had a lot of replayability, a lot of nooks and crannies. This is a semi-open world to do different things, break down bases, get 100% achievements. It looks amazing. Now, we have seen an achievement leak. We've seen these, and there is an achievement that says complete the game in 8 hours. This is a campaign. If you just run through the campaign, you just beat it in 8 hours. I don't play video games that way. I take my time doing everything. Last year, Cyberpunk was coming out. People were rumored to be beating that game in like 27 to 35 hours. I didn't beat that game for 76 in my first playthrough, and the next playthrough took me even longer. It took me another 80 hours to beat it. And when people say that there's an 8-hour campaign length, I don't really agree with that. There's just no way I'm going to take 8 hours with it. I'm thinking along the lines of 20 hours to do like the whole campaign. And then I think with the side missions and everything, you'll easily be able to pull about 30 to 40. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping out of this game. And again, when people set those time limits, I add another 20 extra hours onto it, because for some reason, when I see a little rabbit run off in the distance, I just chase the rabbit. Don't ask me why. That's just who I am. I get stuck doing random things in video games all the time. That's the point of playing a video game. All that out the way with the time and everything we've seen of the game. I could go on and on about story. What's going on with the story, how the story going to relate. We know that we're going to be getting DLC and expansions in the future, which is great. I love to see it. You know what? Keep fleshing that out. Keep building on this game like Destiny does. Do exactly what Bungie's doing with Destiny, just way better. Way better, all right? Please, just do a lot better than Destiny's doing, okay? I would love to see that stuff, especially if it's going to be on Game Pass. You're not really losing any value out of it, and Game Pass is already such a good product and a good service. Adding to that value of Game Pass is amazing, and you love to see it. I really do. But again, I'm very concerned because, again, I've been waiting on this game for 6 years. Really been waiting on this game for 11 years. I haven't played a Halo really a lot since Reach, and I've never played a Halo campaign other than Reach, which you guys seen on this channel. And obviously with the series and Halo Infinite's multiplayer dropping early, I had to kind of, you know, speed up and play it on my own and not post videos about it. But I've been waiting on this game for a long time, like many of you guys have. People who are more diehard supporters of the Halo franchise than I am. We're really looking forward to this game, and I just really want this game to just set off on the right foot and start on the good foot, because the multiplayer hasn't. It hasn't started off on the right foot. It's been very lackluster and a lot of issues, and again, we'll make a whole nother video on that. But I just really want to see the campaign get off to the right foot, because again, there's a big difference in free-to-play and paid-to-play. There's a big difference, and when you're playing for a video game, like we're going to be paying for it, $60, we expect $60 price tag. Not just because of the paradigm these other video games have set, but the paradigm that Halo itself has set and what we've come to expect out of Halo in the past. We haven't gotten that with multiplayer. It's that simple, right? We expect more out of a multiplayer. Free to play or not, Halo needs to have core staples that just simply aren't in the multiplayer. But campaign, however, this is supposed to be the most expansive and massive open world yet. If you want to be that game of the year, you want to take that mantle, I need to see something out of you, Halo Infinite and 343 Industries. And I mean, Microsoft, I really don't have my hopes up with you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen Windows 11, but it just, I don't know. I don't know at this point. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Again, I'm not here to rant or say the game's bad or anything, or that I'm like, oh my God, the game's going to be terrible. No, I'm just saying I'm concerned about it. I'm just coming out here saying this before the whole week lead up to this game comes out. We know leaks are going to be out there. Please be aware of leaks. I'm not going to cover leaks on this channel, as I don't want to be spoiled myself. I want to play the game. Obviously, you guys know how I play games when they come out. Patient impressions first, probably a week after the game, maybe 3 days after the game comes out. Then we'll go ahead and run through a patient review. We'll do that maybe 3 or 4 weeks later. You know, usually how the cycle goes, but we'll continue the content to get to flowing, upload more content on the multiplayer over here. A lot of topics, a lot of discussions to go on. Can't wait to see this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a week away. Who would have thought a year ago, after delays and everything going on, that we would be a week away from Infinite? Those of you who didn't live to see this day, we pray for you. Oh, we will enjoy it for you. Trust us, we will enjoy it for you. Also, go check out the competitive channel if you haven't already. Upload on there every other day along with this channel as well. And go check out my podcast, Game Within the Games. I don't really plug it much, but go check it out. You know, not that big of a deal. We'll have a podcast going up this week, so hopefully you can go look at that and get some spice in it, all right? Bless up, ladies and gentlemen. As always, God bless, and I'll see you guys for Halo Infinite's campaign.